we do some prayers before we get started, because anything we do in spiritual life, it's coming through the process of our teachers, also called as acharyas, or the saints in the parampara, the disciplic succession. So it's very, very important to seek their blessings, and so that whatever we are going to study for the next some time, so that we not just read through our eyes and mouth, we understand through our intelligence, and we try to assimilate in our heart and in our lives, so that we can live by the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. And to do that, it needs a lot of determination in one's own life, and it also needs prayers, prayers of our teachers, prayers of the acharyas. So chant some prayers. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam. Guruve Gaurichandraya Radhikaya Tadalayi Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to study a few verses from the Bhagavad Gita today. So Bhagavad Gita is not just a book, it's not just a dialogue, it's a manual of life. Not just Arjuna's life, but everyone's life. You, me, anyone who wants to take benefit of the Bhagavad Gita. And when we take advantage of this transcendental literature by reading it, by understanding, and by applying it in our lives, we'll certainly find answers to all the questions in life and great joy and happiness. And that's why it's like the manual of life. So it has 18 chapters, 3 sections, first 6, middle 6, and the last 6, and 700 verses across those 18 chapters. So, you know the background a little bit? How?
So I kind of know it, but not that much in detail. But I have heard from my grandparents and my parents.
Sure. Thanks, Lebhong, for joining. Hare Krishna. So, brief background, the war was going on between the Kauravas and the Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas and the 100 Kauravas, who wanted to get the kingdom. The Pandavas, the 5 brothers, were the rightful inherit heir to the kingdom. But somehow this material world is such that the desire for name, fame, position, power to be the ruler is so strong that they did not even want to give, what to speak of the kingdom, even five villages to the Pandavas. A lot of attempts were made to reconcile and peace, but certainly nothing worked out. So this war happened. And before this war was about to happen, Lord Krishna, the hero, the Supreme Lord, who is the charioteer of the Arjuna, who is the main, warrior on the Pandavas side, and he gets confused what to do, what not to do. Should I fight? Should I not fight? These are my my friends, my relatives, my uncles, my teachers, my grandfather, Bhishma. Should I fight? Should I not fight? So he's very, very confused. And as a result, he takes shelter of his guide, his friend, his guru, Krishna, to guide him. And that conversation is Bhagavad Gita. The conversation between a student and a teacher, the conversation between a person who's confused, who lacks clarity, whose intelligence is lost, and how after reading Gita, after understanding, after that whole dialogue, he feels so clear, focused, the doubts are gone, the confusion is gone, the stress is gone, and clarity, wisdom, focus, determination all enters. That's Bhagavad Gita. And that conversation is Bhagavad Gita, which is not just relevant for Arjuna's life, because aren't we going through stress? Aren't we going through challenging situation? Aren't we going through tough situations? Aren't we in confused state? What is right for us? What is not? Aren't we in dilemmas, in crossroads in our life? That Bhagavad Gita is going to help us to answer all those questions, to give us clarity. Does that help to give an overview of Bhagavad Gita? Any thoughts? Any comments? Hannah or Labong?
Hi, sir. How are you?
Hi, Hare Krishna. You can hear me, right?
Yes, yes, you can. I can hear you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. No, I don't have any thoughts yet. I'm still catching the story yet.
Okay, good. Thanks for joining all the way from
Thank
South Africa. Okay, so we'll take a verse from the Bhagavad Gita, which is towards the end of Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 18, which is the last chapter, text number 57. Chitasa sarvakarmani mai sanyasya matparah buddhiyogam upashritya machitta satatam bhava. This is in Sanskrit, but by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have the word to word and the detailed understanding in the English language also easily available for all of us. Sorry, let's move further. Yeah, so 18.57 is what we are reading. Let's read the translation and the purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. In all the activities, just depend on me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Purport. Hannah, would you like to read the purport?
Yes. When
Please.
one acts in Krishna consciousness, he does not act as the master of the world. Just like a servant, one should act fully under the direction of the Supreme Lord. A servant has no individual independence. He acts only on the order of the master. A servant acting on behalf of the Supreme Master is unaffected by profit and loss. He simply discharges his duty faithfully in terms of the order of the Lord. Now, one may argue that Arjuna was acting under the personal direction of Krishna, but when Krishna is not present, how should one act? If one acts according to the direction of Krishna in this book, as well as under the guidance of the representative of Krishna, then the result will be the same. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and accept acting in Krishna consciousness just to satisfy Krishna. And while working in that way, one should think of Krishna only. I have been appointed to discharge this particular duty by Krishna. While acting in such a way, one naturally has to think of Krishna. This is perfect Krishna consciousness. One should, however, note that after doing something whimsically, he should not offer the result to the Supreme Lord. That sort of duty is not in the devotional service of Krishna consciousness. One should act according to the order of Krishna. This is very important point. That order of Krishna comes through disciplic succession from the bona fide spiritual master. Therefore, the spiritual master's order should be taken as the prime duty of life. If one gets a bona fide spiritual master and acts according to his directions, then one's perfection of life in Krishna consciousness is guaranteed.
Thank you. Any thoughts from what we just read? Anything struck you while reading or hearing?
So I believe that we are being said that whenever we are doing something, we have to think that whatever I'm doing is for Krishna. And when we think that, we are becoming conscious of Krishna and we are constantly thinking of Krishna.
Amazing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you.
So how can now let's go a little bit more in detail in this verse. Krishna is saying here, Krishna is speaking this verse to Arjuna, as we discussed. Matchitta, in my consciousness, or become Krishna conscious, always, satatam, always bhava, become. Now, what does it mean? That whatever we are doing in all the activities, chetasa, sarva karmani, in all the activities, let's try to ensure that our consciousness, our chetana, is always thinking of the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. But how would we know? Like one can say, well, I am watching a movie and thinking of Krishna. I am going to a casino and thinking of Krishna. Is it a good idea? I'm going to a casino and thinking of Krishna, and I'm drinking a beer and thinking of Krishna. Right? How can we defend that? We read here the word whimsical, right? One should not do activities whimsically. Like if you want to please someone, let's say if I want to please my mother, will I do activities which she doesn't like? And say, oh mom, I'm pleasing you, I'm working under your direction, and doing totally opposite what she doesn't like, right? That's not pleasing, that's not thinking of him, that's not giving pleasure. But if I want to please her, I would like to do what, matpara, right? What will please Krishna, correct? What will please Krishna? And now how will we know what will please Krishna? Srila Prabhupada beautifully answers that by working under a bona fide spiritual master, right? The order of Krishna comes to the disciplic succession, the Guru Shishya Parampara, through the Guru. So therefore, whatever the spiritual master says, that is the prime duty. We should work under his direction, and then that's perfection of life. right? So Krishna does, many people, think Bhagavad Gita means give up life, give up family, give up job, give up education. No, we can dovetail or we can engage all those propensities by thinking, I have been appointed to discharge this duty for Krishna. And for example, like Hannah, you are studying. What are you studying?
I'm currently in medical school.
Oh, you're studying in medical school.
Mhm.
Wonderful. So can that be engaged in Krishna's service? Absolutely, right? By thinking that this duty which I am doing, I will do in a dutiful way, not for name, fame, or just money, or just to, oh, I want to be known as a great doctor. That's selfishness. But if we think I am doing this as a duty to please Krishna, I'm going to use it for the service of Krishna and his beloved devotees and the humanity to make a positive difference in my life and in others' life, then it becomes transcendental. Like grocery shopping. How many people do grocery shopping? All of us do, right? Every day, practically, or every week, or whatever frequency, right? It is apparently a mundane activity, right? There's nothing spiritual about it, correct? But if someone thinks, oh, I'm going to the market to buy apples or buy bananas, oh, Krishna likes fruits, patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam, right? If I offer this to Krishna and then take it prasad, so then that activity becomes spiritual, right? The activity is the same, but with what consciousness we do makes a ton of difference, right? If someone thinks, oh, I'm going to buy this and then I'm going to have a party with my friends and with my family and I will enjoy and I'm the enjoyer and I will, I earned this. I am going to buy. I am going to throw a party. People should say, what a nice party this guy has thrown. So what is the consciousness? I, I am aham paraha. I am, I am working under my selfish ego. I am not working under Krishna paraha. I'm not, as here it is said, mat paraha. Krishna is saying, you work under me. All your activities, sarva karma, my sanyasya, under my guidance. Hmm? The Buddhi Yoga, referring to here Bhakti Yoga, devotional activities. Upashritya, take my shelter. Mat chittaha. Here see the word mat, hmm? Upashrita, all in different ways. Krishna is saying that if we work, whatever we do, hmm, if we remember Krishna, then that activity is not mundane. That activity becomes door to the spiritual world. So even though we may be in this world, we may be studying, like Hannah is studying medical school. We may have husband, wife, children, home, mortgage, bills, Wi-Fi, this, that, all the things we have to, if we are in this world, then we have to do the needful. But we do activities not whimsically, but under the guidance of Guru, then life is perfect. That's it. Then it's not that ups and downs won't come. Health and disease will come to devotees also. Ups and downs will come in everyone's life. That's a part of the material world, right? It's dukhalayam ashashvatam. It's not eternal. But by having this consciousness that I am a servant of Krishna, whatever I'm doing is an act of service to my Supreme. Then do our best, leave the rest on God, Krishna. Then one will always be happy. If not, one will always struggle, right? Any thoughts, suggestions, comments? Anything struck you from this verse?
Oh, Prabhu.
Please.
Yes, I just wanted to know, is studying Krishna the same as thinking about him, right?
Studying, you mean studying for Krishna? Like, let's say you're studying physics or maths.
Oh no, like studying like scriptures like Chaitanya Chamrita, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, right?
Yeah, those are like direct Krishna conscious activities. For example, what we are doing now, it's direct Krishna conscious activity, correct?
Yes, yes.
Right? Let me explain this through a table. So, direct Krishna conscious activities, also called as Bhakti Yoga, also called as uh, devotional service, right? Yeah. Indirect AC, I'll just write Krishna conscious activities, which can be Krishna conscious if done with proper consciousness. Okay, so what are the direct ones? Like studying Bhagavad Gita, right? We are studying Bhagavad Gita. It's all about Krishna, right? So any books like Bhagavatam, studying Bhagavad Gita, studying Bhagavatam, etc., Vedic literatures, chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So chanting or japa, kirtan, we do every day, like the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Right? Worshipping deities, right? Deities, Tulsi, right? All these are direct. Going to temple, ISKCON temple or other bona fide temples, right? Taking darshan of the Lord, right? You are offering cooking maybe I would say indirect, we can say. Um, what else, right? We are having this discussion right now. We're not talking about the new movie in town. We're not talking about the new car in town, right? Many people talk about those things, and it's basically waste of time. So there are multiple things which are direct. Now let's name some indirect activities which we have to do, and if done with proper consciousness, they can also become Krishna conscious. Can someone share? Think of.
Giving away like form of food, clothing.
Giving away food, clothing. Okay, so giving charity, kind of, right?
Yes, yes.
How about we take care of our body, right? We sleep, we do bodily things, bodily care, right? Like we brush our teeth, we have to eat food, etc. It's if we do it, oh, I should look most beautiful. People should say this, or so, this cosmetic industry is $1 billion industry. It's not that devotees don't take care of the body. They also take rest. They also eat. They also brush their teeth. So they're not mundane if we have the right consciousness. How about grocery shopping? We just discussed. Hmm? Right? How about taking care of kids, uh, husband, wife, family? Is it mundane or is it spiritual? Parents, what do you think? So it can become spiritual if done with the right mood. Okay, so studying let's say whatever, someone is studying physics, someone is studying medical engineering, whatever professions. How about like doing job, right? Most devotees have job, some kind of job which helps us to earn income so we can pay our bills. We can go to temple, we can go to Vrindavan, we can go to Dwarka. How will we go if we don't have a job? It needs some resources to buy the tickets, to buy, pay for hotel and a lot of things we have to do. So I think everyone is getting an idea here, right? We have to maybe buy some Monday like car or bike or buying bodily necessities, right?
But
Bodily needs.
Prabhu, can I ask, there on the grocery, it depends on what you buy to be so that it is in a form of Krishna, or is it just when you buy groceries?
Yes, of
Like,
course. Of course. Everything, like for example, that applies to everything. Yes, sleep is, for example, if we sleep 12 hours and say, oh, I'm taking care of my body. No, 12 hours, Krishna is not recommending that. So same, if say, oh, I'm buying meat and I'll offer to Krishna. No, Krishna is not recommending that. I'll buy beer and offer to Krishna. No, Krishna is not recommending that. Same with I'll buy a $1 million car. Krishna is not recommending that. Krishna is saying keep life simple. So yes, so it's not just the activity. As I said, if done with proper consciousness, let's put it this way, under guidance of Guru, then it will become spiritual. Same with kids. Like, yes, we should take care of the kids. We should take care of the husband, wife, family, etc. But we should understand what does it mean to take care. If my kid asks, hey, I need or if my father or like let's say my uncle is asking, when you come to India, please get a bottle of wine for me. Because in US there is special wine, please get, my uncle is saying. And oh, okay, I'll do, uncle. Is that good? No, right? So we have to understand what's right, what's not. Same with sleeping, same with bodily care also. If I'm spending, you know, hours and hours of time and hundreds and thousands of rupees or dollars to just, you know, focus around body, then that's not Krishna conscious. But what Krishna says, yuktahara viharasya, eat, eat when it's time to eat, sleep when it's time to sleep, regulate. Hmm? So then all these activities can potentially become Krishna conscious. But if someone is not doing the core activities, right? These are the core activities, you can say, or direct. If someone is not working on those, how will we learn how to make this into spiritual? So we have to do these. When we study Gita, when we associate with devotees, very important. Sadhu Sangha, association of devotees like we are having now through online or through going to temple. So all these will help us to make even the indirect activities spiritualize them. If we lose on these, if we stop doing this and think, oh, I will just, you know, I'll just take care of my family, I'll take care of myself, I'll do some charity, I'll buy clothes, I'll buy a car, this, that, and I'll think of Krishna. Sorry, it won't happen, right? It won't happen. Association of devotees, right? Which uplifting, which is uplifting, which uplifts our consciousness. Is it making sense or is it getting too complex?
no, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Let's take some thoughts or reflections from this.
Prabhu, can I just ask you an outside question? What's the difference between a devotee and a Vaishnavi?
Vaishnavi, Vaishnavi, it's like feminine and masculine. So
So meaning the devotees are feminine energy.
no, like the gender, like male, female. So Vaishnav is the male gender, male devotee. Vaishnavi is the female devotee. That's a way to address, right?
Okay.
Vaishnavi is female. Yeah. Vaishnav means what? Who is servant of Lord Vishnu.
Krishna. Yes.
So Vaishnav, V.
Oh, okay.
Hannah, any thoughts you have in this whole discussion? Is it making sense? Is it too, when you're joining the first time?
That made sense. That was helpful.
The direct and the indirect? Okay.
Yes, it was helpful.
Awesome. So now you can make your studies Krishna conscious, right? So the direct is the core. If we don't have the direct, we can't expect, it's like the strength, right? When we go to the grocery, what thought comes to our mind? Oh, let me buy this because my son likes it. Or let me buy it because my mom likes it. Or let me buy it because Krishna likes it. Right? Different thoughts. Buying the same thing. You may buy a banana. Oh, my son likes banana. Oh, my husband likes banana smoothie. Oh, my daughter likes banana bread, which is fine. But oh, Lord nourishing the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Any thoughts anyone has? Here.
All right, so I need you to sign, print. Okay, sign first. Once it goes green, it's good.
Any questions here or in the verse? Let's see the translation again.
Perfect.
In all activities, just depend on me and work always under my direction.
And who's heard by the address of the love?
In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me, Lord Krishna is saying.
All good?
Okay,
Take it.
we'll read one more verse and then we'll pause for today. Text 58. Machchitta sarvadurgani matprasadat tarishyasi ath chetvam ahankaran nashroshasi vinanshasi. Anyone wants to recite this verse? I'd like to try reciting the verse.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I?
Yeah, please.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. Machchita sarva durgani mat prasada tarishyasi atha chetvam ahankaran na ashroshi vinakshayasi.
Yes, you can read the translation and purport also.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Should I continue with the purport, Prabhuji? Or somebody else wants to?
Anyone else would like to read the purport?
Okay, I can try, Prabhu.
Please. Yes, Lebanon Prabhu.
A person in full Krishna consciousness is not unduly anxious about executing the duties of his existence. The foolish cannot understand the great freedom from all anxiety. For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. He always looks after his friends' comforts and gives himself to his friends, who is so devoutly engaged, working 24 hours a day to please the Lord. Therefore, no one should be carried away by the false ego of the bodily concept of life. One should not falsely think himself independently of the law of material nature or freedom to act. He is already under the strict material laws, but as soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated, free from the material perplexities, one should note very careful that one who is not active in Krishna consciousness is losing himself in the material whirlpool, in the ocean of birth and death. No conditioned soul actually knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. But a person who acts in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by the spiritual master.
Wow, isn't that amazing? So in short, if we work under this consciousness, which is read in text 57, always thinking of Krishna in all the activities, what will happen, right? We will pass over all the obstacles, all challenges, all struggles, difficulties in the life by His grace, by my grace, Krishna is saying. But however, if we choose, no, I don't care about bhakti, I don't care about Gita, I don't care about this Krishna, I don't care about this ISKCON, I will live life my way. I will live life king size. Eat, sleep, be merry. Work hard, party harder. Fear of missing out, right? All these slogans are very common. I will just enjoy. So-called material enjoyment, which is the root cause of suffering. Then, basically acting out of false ego, not hearing me, not hearing Krishna, not hearing Guru, not hearing Vaishnavas. Sorry to say, the manual says you will be lost. This is the manual. It's like the washing, you buy a washer, right? The washer, or you buy a car, let's say you buy a car which needs petrol. No, I know better. I end up putting diesel in that, or I end up putting some other oil in that, olive oil. I know better, right? Will the car work? It will be lost. The whole purpose will be defeated. It will just screw up. Same as with life. If we work under his direction, under his always thinking of him, then we will overcome all the obstacles in the journey of life. Obstacles will come, like came to Pandavas, came to Draupadi, came to Prahlad Maharaj, and many, many others. But they were easily able to navigate through that. Why? Because they were always thinking of Krishna. They were always Krishna conscious. They passed over all the obstacles by Krishna's grace. Krishna is on the side of his devotees. Krishna is a dear friend to his devotee. Krishna is the most wealthy, most intelligent, most powerful, most famous, most best in every aspect. So how can his friend or someone who is close to us or someone always thinking of him be in a difficulty? These days, the marriage of the son of the wealthy Indian businessman, or the wealthiest Indian businessman you all might have heard, is in the news, right? It recently happened, right? So now can you imagine the friend of that person who's the wealthiest person in India, or maybe even Asia, I think, someone who's very close to him, someone who's always dear to him, but he does not even have a pair of clothes. He does not even have proper food. Does it sound right? Hmm? Can it be feasible? No. Because his he has a friendship with the wealthiest person. How can he not have proper? Well, he is throwing dining to like thousands and giving thousands and thousands and 100,000 and I don't know how much millions of dollars have been spent. How can his close friend be hungry? How can his close friend have, oh, he does not have, he's sleeping on the footpath. No, impossible, right? So if a tiny material relations, that friendship will not go beyond this birth. Even if someone has friendship with this wealthy person, it may last few years, few decades, or maybe this end of one's breath, not beyond that. But the friendship with the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna is eternal. He's always there in our heart. He's present. Krishna never leaves us, no matter whatever species we may go. And he's the supreme controller, supreme proprietor, supreme. So how can someone who is thinking of him be in difficulty? Impossible. Are you getting the connection? Right? That's what Prabhupada is also writing here. He always looks after his friend's comfort, right? For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Lord Krishna becomes the most intimate friend. He gives himself. He's like he became the servant of Arjuna. He gives himself like a chariot driver, like the driver of Arjuna's chariot, who is devoted 24/7. He does not need to worry about what will happen, a lot of stress, a lot of future anxiety, worries, what will happen if this happen, what if, well, Krishna is there, he'll protect us. I will work not under false ego. No one should be carried in the false ego, right? I am dependent on Krishna and I will work under his direction. That's it. As soon as he acts in Krishna consciousness, he is liberated from material perplexities. That's it. So the solution to solve all the material perplexities is given in this verse. The solution to solve all the challenges, ups and downs, difficulties, stress, confusion, doubt, lack of clarity is there. If Mr. Ambani or the richest person in this world says, hey, will you be my friend? How many of us will accept that proposal? Will we accept it? The richest person says, hey, all you have to do, just come, we'll we'll eat together, we'll spend time together. How many of us are going to accept it? Be honest, we'll accept it, that proposal, right? So Krishna is giving us that proposal actually. Is it not? He's not just this person, this tiny person, maybe rich in this country, but so many countries, so many worlds, so many universes are there. Who is the topmost of all? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam. Krishna is cause of all causes. This person who may be richest now, next life he could become a pauper. Next life one could become an ant. Next life one could become, anything. Who knows? We are not wishing anything like that, but it may happen. But Krishna always remains the Supreme Lord. Today's Mr. X is, let's say, the richest person. Anyone knows who was the richest person 50 years back in the world? No one knows. Maybe the dictionary, the Google will tell, right? But no one cares, no one bothers, no one knows his name. There must be someone. There must be someone, right? 10 years back, 20 years back, there must be someone who must be very powerful, very influential, very charismatic at that time. But today, no one knows his name. Isn't it interesting? So why don't we build that connection with the one who is always going to stay in that position? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Why don't we build? And he's offering. He's willing to offer his hand as a friend to us, right? The most intimate friend who will never leave us and always. And he gives himself to his friend. He's saying, how? For one who acts in Krishna consciousness, Krishna becomes his friend. So simple. He's offering his hand. So let's take his hand in friendship. Let's build a stronger connection with him for our good, to attain freedom from all the stress and to serve him. These are some thoughts. Any comments, questions, additions? Anyone has any thoughts? Okay. Any closing comments before we stop for today? Any questions? Anything struck you? Let's take at least one reflection. Something struck you today. Hannah?
Yes, so this is my first time attending the class, and I always used to wonder, since I've heard about Krishna consciousness, I always used to wonder how that works or what does that mean. But today I learned what it means. And then from what I understood, we were saying that if we are Krishna conscious, then Krishna, he's always there for us and wants to be our friend. So being Krishna conscious is gonna bring us closer to Krishna.
Wow, I like the way you put it. Excellent. Right? Getting close to the person who is always there, but somehow we forget him, and therefore we struggle with anxiety. But we remember that we are like someone. Imagine the son of millionaire begging on the street. He has forgotten who his father is, but the moment he recalls, he can go back to his father, and he doesn't have to beg food on the street. That's whom we are also. We are struggling, this happened, that happened, but when we remember our connection is a Supreme Father, Krishna Paramapita, Krishna is our dearmost friend. Ami bina bindu ar ke ache tomar. Who could be a more dear friend? Thank you. Very nicely said. Yes, Lebon, any comments you have?
Oh yeah,
Anything
yeah.
starting?
I was just thinking of the one that made me change from, because I was into money too much. But then someone said to me, but then when we remove the economy and we give you the money and we take you to the ice age, can you have money that can last you lifetime to create fire so that you survive? But then when I say no, the answer is actually no. But then only God can save you throughout the ice and then through the heat. That's all I can share. And the thing that I remember.
Interesting. Thank you. Anyone else wants to share anything that struck you today? So we're going to pause here. Thank you, Hannah, Lebong, Sushma Mataji, Saroj Mataji, and Shital Mataji for joining. I'm so grateful. Bahut bahut dhanyavad. And please continue to join. And very, very blessed to be reading this with all of you. And let's pray so we can not just read and understand through our intellect, but try to apply in our lives. So, and when we apply it, life is so happy and joyful. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.